Alrighty, in this video, I'm going to walk you through M1 Finance. I'm actually going to take you into the back end of my own M1 Finance app so you can see how it works and maybe answer any questions that you might be having about M1 Finance. So I'll go ahead and log in here. You can log in on desktop or on your app. And then once in here, you'll see it defaults to whatever investment portfolio you have. So right now, I have a Roth IRA. I just opened this Roth IRA. I maxed it out at $6,000, and then I moved over an old Roth IRA from another brokerage firm to here so I can get used to it, I can get comfortable with it, and just see how this works. So some really cool options here. So a couple things that I like right off the bat is I like the interface. I like how clean it is, how easy it is. It's very unique compared to a lot of the other brokerage firms I've seen out there. A lot of it seems like it's a little old school, maybe 1999 type interfaces. M1 Finance is definitely the best that I have seen. So these are showing all my different slices. Now, this is what I really like about slices here. So M1 Finance allows you to build your own pies. So this is a pie that I built, and I could share this pie with my friends. It's very interactive, but let me tell you about these pies. So with the pie, let's say that I was going to build my own pie. I'm going to build another one. I'm sorry, holdings. Let's see, this would be research. So I go to research here and I go to my pies. So I'm here in my pies and I have my first pie here is the Roth IRA. So what I did is I built this based on the stocks that I wanted to put inside my pie. And so I can add to them, I can take away from it, but basically here are my 29 slices that I have, the 29 slices of the pie. And as you can see, I can go through here and they're all highlighted. And so I decided how much I wanted to go in each one. So I'm a little bit heavy right now in Shopify and the rest are kind of spread out evenly. But if I wanted to come in here and equalize all of them, I could just click equalize and it would obviously put them all there. I could increase one here, I can up this one. You have a lot of different options. If I wanted to add to it, so let's go here, reset that. If I wanted to add to it, I could click on add right here. And let's say I wanted to add Apple right here. I can add Apple right here and add to basket and it would add it to my pie, but I don't want to do that right now. So going back to my pie. So I got my Roth IRA pie. I have my 29 holdings and basically it kind of gives you an idea of here's how my 29 holdings have done over the past since July 2020 because I imported this data from another brokerage account. So, but again, this isn't investment advice. This is M1 Finance, the back end. Now, let's say that you're thinking, well, I don't want to have to choose my own stocks or my own ETFs. Is there any out there that are built for me? The answer is yes. There's about 80 of them. So if you click here, expert pies, you have pies that are for general investing, maybe for retirement, if you're into the responsible investing. One thing I really like is this hedge fund followers. So click here and you see all these different hedge funds here and you can actually see their track record and their risk. So here's track record based on 1 year, 3 years, and 5 years. So Warren Buffett's one of my all-time favorites. So Warren Buffett from Berkshire Hathaway, let's see what their pie looks like or what their pie looks like. So their pie is broken into 23 slices or 23 holdings. And you can see how it's weighted. Apple is 44% of it, then Bank of America is the next biggest one, and it goes all the way down. You have companies here like Wells Fargo. So all companies that you've heard of, that's typical with Berkshire Hathaway and typical with Warren Buffett. And it says the methodology is the 13F filing from the SEC. So it's basically they're trying to mimic what Berkshire Hathaway did. So you could add this into your own pie. So if I clicked add to basket right here, this would go into my pie. So I could have this whole entire pie, and then I can have a pie inside a pie. It sounds complicated. It's really, really cool though how you can change these. So now once that you have this set up, and one other thing I really like. So let's take a look at this. Let's go to Shopify, for example. Okay, so Shopify is $1,000 per share. Now think about this for a second. If I open up my Roth IRA and I only have $6,000 that I can max out this year in my Roth IRA, and I wanted to invest in Shopify, if I were to invest somewhere else, say, another brokerage firm, 1/6 right now of my Roth IRA would be wrapped up in Shopify because I'd have to buy an entire share. What I really, really like about M1 Finance is it allows you to buy fractional shares. So if you see here, I go back to my pie, 7% of my pie is in Shopify. So I'm not going out buying a whole share of Shopify. I might have 2.5 shares of Shopify in this situation because I'm just allocating a percentage across this big pie. Kind of think of it like this. You're building your own mutual fund. A mutual fund might have 100, 150 companies all inside one fund. You put your money in that mutual fund and it's divided out across that mutual fund. It's very similar to that. You're building your own pie or you're using an expert pie and then you're investing money in there and it spreads it out automatically. So let's go back to let's go back here to M1 Finance. So if I go back here, let's see, we'll exit out of here. So another cool thing here is let's say that, let's go to invest. So this brings up my Roth IRA. So I don't know why I have this negative cash balance here. I think it over allocated some, but let's say that I wanted to deposit some money. So I can click on deposit here. And so I've already linked my bank account. So I could go from here, I can say, link my bank account here and I can deposit there. I could do it for this year, next year. I can make this automated every single month. I can, however I want to do it. The nice thing is you can tell it every time money comes in, you can have it auto invest. Okay. So it'll auto invest into this pie. So let's say I have, $100 coming in every 2 weeks, or if you kind of think of like a 401k, it would auto invest into this pie. If not, the cash would come in here and then you could tell it where to go. So you have that option too. So if you don't have your own 401k because you're self-employed, this is an option too, where you can kind of build out your own type of automatic dollar cost averaging investing every single 2 weeks or month or however you set it up. So there's also other features in here like spend and borrow. But for this video, I just wanted to show you the investment side on how to invest using the M1 Finance pie strategy. And so I hope this helps, and we'll see you guys in the next video.